everybody, hope you're having a good day. Mike down here in the RC corner. As you can see, I got a box. I bought myself a new quadcopter. You can see here on the box it says the Pioneer UFO FPV. It has altitude hold. This model is also known as the Jxd 509G. And many people say that this is a small version look-alike of the unique Q500K or unique Q500K. So maybe this model was inspired by that. But just move the box around here for a sec, and we'll see what some of the specs are here. Yeah, gyro, 5.8 gigahertz FPV, altitude hold, I believe 360-degree flips, and LED lights. So just sit right tight and we'll be right back, and I'll have this thing out of the box. Okay, so I got the contents unpacked out of that box. Just gotta go over briefly some of the stuff that came inside here. Just get the easy stuff out of the way. There's prop guards, and I'll put those aside for now. Pretty sure everyone knows what those do. Now this is the monitor that comes with it, and it folds up. It has a 4-inch screen and has the sun shield that pops up. Pretty cool there. Now the way this mounts on, this thing rotates here a bit, and this rotates down, and on the radio itself, up here on the ribbing of the antenna, this will connect on like that. There's another piece that's in this bag over here, and it screws on in the back, and that's how that clamps on, and we'll get to that a little bit more when we open up the bag. Just looking at the radio itself, has some instructions here about level correction methods, and pushing the sticks in to calibrate, and different things too. So interesting. Have to read that a little more closely, and just look at the radio. No LED screen, but it's got everything labeled, which I do like, because if you fly so many quadcopters and drones and hexacopters and whatever, sometimes it's hard to remember which radio does what when you fly the different models. So here it has one key: return the lights, start, stop, headless mode, shoot a photo, turn the video on, and that's your rates button, and I'm sure that's probably the flip. And then you get your trims here, on off switch. On the back side here we see takes 4 AA's. Now, seeing as being FPV quad, you're thinking about the screen, and I have seen some screens that use batteries, but this one has a charge port here on the side, and there's an antenna screw on here. This is the male end, so that's how that would go. So I'm just going to pop open the bag. Actually, I'm just going to briefly talk about the manual. So the one manual talks about the radio and how to install the screen on, and it's just a fold-out guide here. Looks like, no, yep, it's actual booklet. So the first one was a fold-out guide, and it's got all the parts, diagrams. It's both English and Chinese writing, so the manual's only half good to you because of the language, but it seems to be fairly reasonable. I haven't really read it, so I'm not sure what the translation is like, but that's what the manual is. So I'm just going to put that aside. It should be adequate. Again, so let's see what comes all in this bag here. I'll just dump the contents out quickly. And you can see here we got spare props, and we notice that all the props are black. So nothing to really help with orientation unless you do something yourself. You got 2 USB charging cables, one for the LiPo in the quad itself, and then a separate one to charge the screen. So that's interesting. And excuse me, I got a cold. I'm just going to keep going on through with this video, pardon me. 2 screwdrivers. We have a USB card reader and a memory card for gigabyte. Hopefully my fingers aren't in the way. So you see 4 gigabyte there. Pretty cool. That's nice to have. And then of course the antenna that goes on the top of the screen. Screws to mount the prop guards. And then of course there'll be some screws in there also for the mechanism that goes on the antenna on the radio itself, transmitter if you will. And this will screw and clamp on so it stays on the antenna base. So pretty cool stuff. Just making some room here. So the main event itself, of course, is the quad. Now I think this thing looks really, really cool. It was already pre-assembled. Nothing. The props are on. The landing gear was on. Underneath there's foam cushions for soft landing. As you can see, doesn't make any chatter when I push it there. The camera there is already pre-installed. Underneath here it is plugged in to the camera port. There's also one that says for Wi-Fi. We have the on-off switch here, as you can see, and then there's an antenna hanging out the back. I've already pre-opened the back, so this would pop out easy during the video. And that is the battery. You're looking at a 1-cell, 600 milliamp hour LiPo that's in this quad that powers it. So hopefully we'll get about 7-8 minutes of flight time. We'll see. But I think it's a sharp looking quad. I was looking to do something for myself to be a little more advanced. It's got the altitude hold. I'd like to try a little bit more FPV. I'm not so much into the goggles, but I'm going to try it with the screen and see how that goes. But I also wanted a nice flying, nice looking quadcopter. I'm going to have the links for this in the notes. If you guys are interested in this at all, be on the lookout for my flying demo coming up soon. Again, guys, thank you for watching. You could be doing anything else, but you're choosing to tune in to my video. I appreciate it very much, and I hope to catch you on the next video. Alright, take care.